What? This? What are you talking about?
Oh, I see. You're talking about the future.
I'm talking about tomorrow, genius.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Friday.
Yeah.
God.
I'm sorry. I don't know. They think it is because of the COVID thing.
Did you listen to any of yesterday's show?
No, I was there for the other time you did it. I just let you talk it out that time.
But,
I didn't even say much. I was like, let him talk it out.
That wasn't even half of what we basically know now, and it's only getting worse.
I don't know if we know what we know what we know. I don't think we know what we think that we know. Because, like, I don't know. They keep saying it's official, but who's claiming it's official? Just, like, Collider or someone and not,
it's
Variety
or
Hollywood Reporter? Hollywood?
It's basically... it was like a snowball effect of a lot of things, including a potentially made up Google image of the cast, which included some of these prior Spider-Man franchise actors, but it also included like Scarlet Witch or something like that as well.
She's in Doctor Strange, but I don't think she'll be in this one. I think that's too much double dipping.
Maybe
even though they may all be about a multiverse as we're looking.
Who knows?
WandaVision,
exactly.
and Doctor Strange.
Exactly.
So maybe Doctor Strange has to fix this shit before he can even check in with Scarlet Witch.
and that was like I think in October. And it got buried real quick because it was like up and then gone without a trace. And so you got to dig around to find it. And then there were all of the rumors, that people were having. Rumors of certain 8-legged people being photographed on set. That Doctor Strange was going to be in Spider-Man 3 and it pissed off a lot of people because they're like, well, can we get a fucking Spider-Man movie without a father figure or whatever?
It was like Electro.
And then
like, what
Electro, what the fuck? And then,
I mean, even if you're doing a Spider-Verse movie, like, what
the
fuck? Of
like,
all the characters that everyone didn't
like, oh god, and then the Doc Ock news drops,
which is awesome choice. It's a better choice than Electro.
Oh yeah, sure, but I think that's just the straw that broke the camel's back, because right before that came out from everyone two days ago, right? Sony was legitimately copyright claiming like every single Spider-Man 3 multiverse theory video they could. There's some articles that went up about that, and it just seems like the Alfred Molina stuff combined with the photographs of him allegedly on set. It's like the bottom fell out of the rumor flooring, and now we're hearing from fairly reliable sources that Charlie Cox's Daredevil is gonna be in this fucking movie.
I keep following memes by I think it's Fandom keeps putting out memes about like who isn't in this movie, or like or it's like a scene where someone's like struggling through a crowd, and it's like Tom Holland trying to get screen time in in Spider-Man 3. Like,
oh god, what do you think about that latest one, which comes to us from Murphy's Multiverse?
Oh, is that Daredevil?
Daredevil.
But then the Goblins are a rumor.
I'm not worried about the fucking
too.
enemies. No, I don't. Maybe
I think
we'll
Charlie
see.
Cox.
Shut up and talk to Daredevil first.
I think
bitch.
Charlie Cox.
Oh wait.
Matt Murdock.
Hold. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to LRMornings today with Kyle and
Nick. If you hadn't noticed.
Now shut the fuck up and talk to Daredevil in Spider-Man. You son of a bitch.
How am I supposed to shut the fuck up and talk about? No, anyway.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
I would say he even gets. I would say he's post credits.
Maybe, yeah.
How do you tease the character everyone wants back in any form? You just put him. He's a lawyer that's working with the Parkers, or even someone who got, or even Doc Ock, like prosecuting whoever's the most obvious, like whoever's the obvious his universe villain. Like if it's like putting Vulture away again, and he's the prosecuting attorney. No, he always defends though, doesn't he? No, he prosecutes bad guys
He's
too,
right? He's a defense attorney.
So he'd be defending someone like the Parkers or doing some
maybe
defense
he's
work for
defending Peter.
Yeah, and that's your post-credit scene, and then people watch that and they're like, because I don't see there being room for Daredevil anywhere else in the movie. I don't see him coming in to help fight.
Maybe not Daredevil, but Charlie Cox
yeah.
or Matt Murdock. Yeah, that's what I meant. Matt Murdock showing up as Peter's defense attorney.
Or even just like, you have to be in a courtroom for it. Even just someone bumps into him and he doesn't even say his name because the Netflix fans are like, oh, but he's like walking around with the sunglasses on and the thing. I don't know. I don't think he needs too much. I don't think he's going to be part of the movie. I think he's going to be a tease for the future of Marvel.
I think
there's too many characters.
Infinity War in game.
I saw you tweet somewhere that or slash.
Yeah, Russo brothers did it, but I don't know if
Russo brothers are not.
Yeah, too bad. We have to hope Kevin Feige is able to wrestle enough control from.
Well, let me say.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. If Kevin Feige can keep, there's no other way for me to put it. So I'm just letting you know I don't mean this because it's a she. Just I mean it in the unisex usage. If he can keep that bitch Amy Pascal in control, and keep her the fuck away from the goddamn movie, maybe this can come out well because it's John Watts, it's Tom Holland, it's Benedict Cumberbatch, it's Kevin Feige.
They didn't do so much in the second. No, what did they do in the second one? They're really good at managing multiple villains.
Yeah.
It's like in the second one, you think the villains are those things, but more in the first one where it's like, oh, there's the first Shocker and the second Shocker, and oh, there's the Tinker, and there's Scorpions even in that fucking movie out of the suit.
Yep.
And you're like, and then of course we got our main guy, the Vulture, and it's like it's kind of cool, like
yeah.
Because who would bring back Mysterio if they do? I don't think the Sinister Six. At first, earlier during this process, I thought they were doing a Sinister Six.
They are.
Yeah. But I don't think
it's from a multiverse and someone somehow someone from MCU Prime, probably the new Mysterio, will upgrade the people from the other universe and
like pull in.
As they show up and stuff like that, he's going to upgrade them and stuff, and that's how I think that we might get a bit of a correction on Electro. That being said, I want to know. Well, you already gave your what you think. You think it's going to be very small. I I think Murdock will play a bit bigger role than Daredevil. I think you're right. Daredevil himself might just be a post credits scene with Spidey slinging through the city.
Who's back? As in, like, he's blind.
So does that mean yes? Either the Sony universes are going to completely blend in with the Marvel universe, or we're going to see multiverse travel for explanations of Spider-Man traveling around.
And here's my dream. Like, it's not going to be this, but it's kind of my dream reason for it to happen is in the third act, everything goes to complete shit, the multiverse. And he's trying to, like, fight his actual villain in his movie, but then, like, meantime, suddenly he's, like, shaken, and suddenly he's in the fight scene from the end of Spider-Man 2 versus Doc Ock. Like, and then we're seeing it all from a different angle because he's there, but it's the same set that DH Toby and Kirsten a little bit. And then, like, he fights that, and then kaboom, he's fighting Electro with Andrew Garfield, and then Goblin grabs that Gwen Stacy because now Goblin's rumored to be in it, and like you're just on the like almost like like Avengers. You're at this time period and you've seen this battle, but Tom Holland's ending up in all of them because of multiverse madness. I'd rather see that than like a Spider-Verse, where it's like, hey guys, we all have to team up. Like this sounds more interesting.
Like I said, it's gonna be Spider-Verse in reverse. It's gonna be the bad
all
guys coming. And then the Spider-Man having or Doc Strange probably helping Peter get some help.
Because it is official that there are other Spider-Man in it, right? Or is that still a rumor? See, that's one of the things they say it's official. That's not a big outlet. But the point is, before that was official, I thought it was just going to be the villains.
Jesus, no.
Because they did cast Electro, and then they cast Alfred Molina before anything else was official. So I'm like, that's cool. They're making a Sinister Six from different dimensions. But they won't be bringing the Spider-Man over because it's just a Sinister Six movie.
No.
And now it's like, oh shit.
I even told you in my rant last week that it was still going to be bad guy focused, but we were still going to get the other Spider-Man. I'm happy with the idea of Daredevil being in the MCU.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
My only other question is, do they dare go the route of saying that the Netflix shows are from a different universe? And
I think they could still fake it and say it's the same universe.
I think they should.
I mean, there's no reason. I mean, they never reference Sokovia or anything like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. references everything very close. But I do say the Battle of New York and the incident.
They talk the Battle of New York, make a joke about Thor and Cap,
and that's about it.
That's about it. Everything else was their own Defenders, Daredevil universe.
They didn't even do the Marvel. They didn't even do the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. thing where they had action figures in a window or anything. That's not the reason it opens. But it easily could be part of that. Doctor Strange can't grab... I like the meme where they weren't grabbed by Doctor Strange for the end of Endgame. But it's like... The bigger overlook would be the bigger heroes overlooking the fact that there was a earthquake during the Defenders. And like just for no reason. And someone like Peter Parker would have investigated.
Yep. Yeah.
But otherwise, I think you could write them in. In fact, here's your new post-credit sequence. You use... Matt Murdock throughout the movie as Peter Parker's attorney because the world, like, just to prove he's not Spider-Man, not to be like, hey, like, he didn't do anything. It's more like, this kid ain't Spider-Man. And the post-credit sequence is Daredevil flying around with Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin just looking out the window with his hands behind his back.
No. Post
Disney Plus series or movie.
Post credits would be Spidey swinging around, landing on a rooftop to deal with a villain, and then that villain gets punched or kicked, and there's Daredevil. That would be a more likely thing. Kingpin, I don't
use
know.
him in that way where Kingpin's like, I got you, and then Daredevil's like, but you got.
I wish, but I think you're getting high hopes right now. I don't even think that Daredevil's going to return necessarily to streaming. I don't. He might end up being partnered up in movies, and I think
the Punisher like season 2.
I honestly don't think we're going to get a true multiverse where like Tom Holland himself jumps in and out. Like I don't see Strange giving him a sling ring, a stone, or anything to travel universes. Yeah, I think I
pull
just
him out of each like.
I think in the end, and I'm saying in the end, because of this Daredevil part, this Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock stuff, I think it makes it more likely that Sony's shit is going to come into the MCU. The Sony and the MCU universes are going to merge more. I think now I'm leaning that way.
Yeah.
For the longest, I've said it's been a possibility, and I would accept it so long as I got to see MCU Spider-Man stuff. But I've also said for the longest, I believe more likely that Sony takes Spidey and goes to their
home.
Spider-Verse and takes their ball and goes home. I now think it's now 50.01% chance likely the Sony universe pours into the MCU now. What do you think? Or do you think the Matt Murdock thing has nothing on it?
I think it's very low chance that Sony will pour into the MCU, but I think it's a very high chance that we still lose Spider-Man at some point, and he's over.
Really?
And the worst. Once they have like, well, no, that's their dream, but it's not going to work because Morbius is going to flop because no one gives a shit, and that will be like put one nail in the coffin, and they'll have one of the other movies half done like Silver and Black, and then that'll flop.
No, because you got to remember what's coming out next year.
Venom
also,
2.
Yeah, Venom and. Or Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Yeah. What a
terrible
fucking
title.
stupid fucking title,
Carnage,
Sony.
like the video game.
They're saying Sony wants that for when they can have Spider-Man and Venom versus Carnage, which is what they want for Venom 3. Venom 3 will be maximum carnage. Yeah, why? Mark my word. I think what we're gonna see is that rumored deal from a long time ago, that Marvel and Sony will, like I said, I'm now 50.01% chance that this is likely, that Sony and Marvel will intermingle a little bit more. Marvel basically leading Sony's by the hand while Sony makes their movies, and then when shit intermingles, it intermingles.
What I find most interesting is one of the rumors we haven't heard for the longest time is that Venom. No one's really talking about the rumor that Venom might be in these movies. I think he'd be the key if Sony thought they had an advantage to going back to them.
Oh my god, you sounded so much better just a moment ago.
Yeah, I'm adjusting.
Okay.
But no, I would think that I don't know. You think that would be the main rumor, the first thing leaked to us is that Venom is actually in it. But now we're talking about everyone but Venom at the moment. And here's my thought on the movie overall. I'm very worried about it, just like another movie called Spider-Man 3. But I also have respect for Marvel for pulling off other shit that should have never worked, like Infinity War and Endgame.
As the Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War. I know those are all Russo's, but those
Avengers
are all
1.
Kevin
No,
Feige.
even Avengers 1.
Even the Spider-Man movies. They brought Spider-Man back to where he should be after two terrible movies.
Well, not like I said, everyone thought it was crazy when they were like, how are they going to handle 6 superheroes on screen at the same time? And Joss Whedon, people have their opinions of the person, whatever. But as far as that first movie's concerned, Joss Whedon said, hold my beer, bitch, and went about kicking fucking ass and taking fucking names. And it was awesome, and everybody loved it. And then when Avengers 2 came out, and we were all like, what is it, like 11 characters or some shit like that, and we're all like, son of a bitch, that's a lot. There's no fucking way. And people debate, how great the movie is. I think it's coherent. People might not like the story or might think it's boring or whatever, but I think it's still coherent and balanced for the most part, with some bad editing choices that I hear came from higher up for the Infinity Stone story purpose. But anyway, ways.
Oh, are we talking the Age of Ultron? I zoned out for just a second.
Age of Ultron, yep. And then
I love it.
And then people are like, Civil War, 20 fucking characters, whatever. Yeah, Marvel, you can do it. Yep, see, they did it. And then Infinity War, 30 characters. They got it. I don't even care. 30 fucking Endgame, 78,000 characters. Go for it. Whatever. I don't care.
DC, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Whoa, we can't juggle them. I'm Zack Snyder. I can't do this. Give me a Feige.
Oh man.
And it's like Justice League. It's like, what? 2 more? And the villain?
Oh, and then he added to it, but only added 5 additional minutes. Whatever.
Only shot 5 additional minutes. He's
adding
that's 2 hours and a half.
That's what I meant by the shot additional 5 minutes. Whatever.
I don't believe that statement either. I believe it's 5 minutes. I think it's 5 minutes all over the film, so they have multiple setups that cost a lot of money. That's what I think it is. It's not like, because it's not like you would go through and add 5 minutes to a film and add all of it to one scene necessarily. You'd be looking at different places to be like, oh, I could use that moment in that scene with Ben Affleck. That's
there's
the
45
Ben
seconds.
Affleck for. Yeah, and I don't
45 seconds here.
I could get a nice
there,
cyborg scene over here with the Flash, and there were friendship and
but why 70 million for that shit? 70 to 90 million for that. Anyways, that's a whole different. Yeah, CGI is expensive, especially when it's shitty DC CGI.
Amen.
All right, go ahead. I'll let you have your nerdgasm about the goblins. Go talk, Nick.
Okay.
Nick.
I will, and then I will present, if you're okay, the Ultimate Spider-Man quadrilogy, which no one has the balls to do. And this is the perfect way to tell the story of Spider-Man and his best foes. Anyway, the interesting thing about the 2 goblins being rumored is if it is a Spider-Verse situation, which we're kind of discussing it, I'm kind of discussing it as if it isn't actually a Spider-Verse type movie. It's more just like fucked, like flying around accidentally, like, I don't know, getting thrown by a magical villain and then just literally landing against a car on the street next to where Doc Ock is killing Mary Jane. That's what I want. But anyway, if it was an actual Spider-Verse movie, I think it'd be funny to use the goblins without introducing his own goblin, because there could be just like a quip where it's like, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield like, oh, fucking that dude. And Peter Parker's and Tom Holland's like, what? They're like, that's Norman and Harry Osborn. And he's like, who the fuck are those guys? And you're like, you don't have a Green Goblin man in your universe? You're the luckiest motherfucker in the world. If you ever meet a guy with the last name Osborn, stay away.
Wow.
No, but
could be funny.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't know why you'd bring 2 goblins in otherwise.
When
you don't even have
know.
When Tom Holland has no, like, Tom Holland's never seen an Electro
or
a Doc Ock, but suddenly 2 of the same character. I mean, again, it'd be funny between the 2 goblins, but that's so much screen time It's like if you're actually giving Willem Dafoe his own conversation
Well,
with Dane DeHaan or whatever. It's so much screen time.
I'll say this to your idea about the Spider-Man and these excuse me, these characters being a part of some multiverse fight scene instead of a Spider-Verse. Casey Walsh over at the GWW, Casey, well, I don't know who they are so they said to be safe, they're saying that it's mostly cameos in action set pieces.
Yeah, that was on our website too. Like that's what I saw where I was like, and that would be, I think that's more interesting to me. Like, picture that as the set piece at the end. You're like,
well, you see,
bam, someone punches him and he gets thrown against a car, and suddenly he's fighting alongside.
I like that 1,000 million times better. Two, it still makes me scared about Sony taking their ball and going home at some point.
Definitely in the cards.
But,
or at least to get Tom Holland over there and bring him back without being too
late. There's that idea that's been floated that I even had mentioned, where like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man sacrifices his life, and Tom Holland's like, I'm wanted in my universe. His universe has no Avengers, and it just lost its Spider-Man. I'm gonna go be their Spider-Man.
And then we got Miles Morales.
and
no Sony timeline.
There will be a Miles Morales in that timeline. It's give up seeing. Look, there's two things that happen at the end of Spider-Man 3. That have to be known definitively. Are we getting more Spider-Man in the MCU or not? And I thought the Daredevil thing made sense, but I honestly hadn't seen our take on Casey Walsh's tweet. That potentially changes the game a lot if that's the case, and that this is just some ending trip through the multiverse, but what sends him down it to begin with?
That's what I was trying to think. Either a villain does, or just the way it's cracked, somehow he falls into, I don't know, because WandaVision's obviously gonna I would say almost soften the shell some way, if not break the shell. Based on even the daily posters.
We've already traveled multiverses.
But they've never broken into each other. I think she's going to shatter the multiverse.
Yeah, they did. The dark universe completely crossed over.
But we haven't seen multiverses in far of ones that look similar to our own.
No,
but
no.
The comics are more about that than insane, trippy visions.
Other than the alternate universe timelines that were created during Endgame, but then immediately erased.
Which is also could be dual causes. But what question was? Oh no, yeah. So I see it as a big final set piece with somehow. Okay, so let's say the Tinkerers developed this shit. Like there's been a crack. The Tinkerer or someone develops the technology to control the multiverse a little bit in these like almost Electro type fists. So like he bashes Spider-Man flies backwards through the air, and suddenly bloop, he's on top of the train from Spider-Man 2 rolling, and the other Peter Parker's trying to stop the train, and then he catches Doc Ock who's trying to escape, and then like Doc Ock slams him, and bam, he's suddenly like thrown against a truck next to where at the electric.
Yeah, please come back closer to your mic. The further you get, the worse you sound.
The power plant that Electro's at, and then he has to fight Electro and defeat that Green Goblin, and then like smash, he's thrown back into Tobey's universe for the final bridge scene of Spider-Man. I think that'd be cool. I don't think that's what they're gonna do, but it could. And also most of these scenes are most mostly are in a mask for 90% of these scenes. So they wouldn't even have to de-age that much if we saw Toby or Kirsten Dunst's faces.
Yeah. Well, Kristen Dunst, she's never in a mask. You would.
I know,
have
but
to
like she's in the
her.
scenes like as someone screaming, not.
Oh yeah, sure. Use the stock footage.
yeah. Hell, you can do that a little bit. I mean, if you can create Nick Fury without any stock footage.
Yeah. True. I don't know. I'm tired of fucking talking about it until we start seeing more shit. I say that, but more shit with legitimate sources. You know, we talk about reliable sources coming out, and it makes sense because we know. Or a lot of us have that feeling Sony's been looking for a way to get Spidey out of the MCU.
Oh,
and like I said,
that was my other point.
This is either his exit, but there was always the deal that was made last year that made me question whether or not this could actually be his exit, because he was supposed to get one crossover and one solo film. And then I asked Brian and Christine, do you think Sony and Disney rehashed some deal where this counts as both the crossover and the solo, and now Spider-Man's not in the Marvel universe anymore? Because if not, then that means we're still supposed to get him in at least one more crossover, which would mean that he's got to be sticking around, which would mean more likely Sony's coming over to Marvel. However, there's one caveat to that. He could film some shit for Multiverse of Madness in advance, and
that's what I was
ta-da,
thinking.
team up film.
Raimi could direct another Spider-Man. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I'm like, oh shit, his
How did you get that from what I said?
No, his team-up movie could be the Doctor Strange movie being directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
you
Holland.
think this one is the crossover?
No, yeah, and that anything that we see like in Multiverse of Madness is stuff from other universes. I don't think it'll be an actual team up movie.
No, but I bet Tom Holland's in it for a little bit as a sequel to the Spider-Man.
And that's
movie.
what I'm saying. Yeah. Like that, maybe that's the.
And then, like you said, that something could happen to him. He could be thrown into the Sony.
No, they don't even need to. It's multiverse. They don't fucking need to explain.
Remember, here's my theory from last time we talked. The theory from last time we talked is that Sony is making so much fucking money off Miles Morales, they could keep Peter Parker, Tom Holland forever in the Marvel universe and use Miles Morales, who is arguably more popular these days.
Everyone
loves Spider-Verse. Everyone loves the new Spider-Man game. Like, Sony's put a lot of money into Miles Morales.
You can say it all you want. They're not doing that. They're not giving. They're not letting. They're not going to let Marvel keep Peter and them use Miles any more than they're going to let Marvel use Miles without Sony for certain taking it. Dude, either Sony's coming in or Spider-Man leaves forever. That's the only two options there are. There's no third.
Man. You paranoid.
No, I'm right.
Sure.
Mark my words. And you know what it all comes down to? What it all actually comes down to is fucking assholes that went and watched Venom. That's what it comes down to.
I saw Venom.
Shitty fucking.
But I didn't have to pay for it. It was a screening.
There we go. Let me correct it. But shitty fucking people that paid for Venom. Yeah, I'm calling you shitty if you thought Venom was good and you fucking paid money for it. You supported it, and the majority of that is in China It's the one and only time I really
Chinese people.
It's the one and only time
No
that I
kidding.
can curse at the No. See, there's a lot I will lay at the feet of the Chinese government that I will never lay at the feet of the unarmed populace of the Chinese people. But I will lay at the feet of the Chinese people. Fucking Venom making $800 million goddamn dollars worldwide.
On the subject, fuck them for Fast and the Furious and Transformers also. Those franchises would actually be dead without the Chinese market.
I don't care. I don't.
Oh, I feel
care
strongly
if
about
those
the other
exist,
two.
not.
Kyle. No, I'm kidding. I just don't watch them. I don't feel.
Yeah,
strongly
I don't
about
care if they exist or not. But yeah. Venom. That is the Chinese people's fault, and I will never forgive you for that.
So we have allow me a slightly political joke for a moment. We
What's
have the
that?
Chinese flu, and we have the Chinese symbiote.
Symbiote.
Whoever they changed in the trailer.
We recorded several versions, and it was a different editing team that made the trailer, and we let it go through so many quality control checks. We in no way ADR'd the shit out of things that we had already filmed, because we're pieces of shit over at fucking Sony. Bleh.
An executive there. He's like, he's talking with someone like, not Stanley, but he's talking with someone at Marvel. He's like, he's just, actually, this is Amy Pascal. She's having shit's good time, hanging out with Kevin Feige. And he's like, yeah, this is how you pronounce it. And she's like, what? He's like, it's pronounced this way. And she's like,
no.
Whoa. What are Tom Hardy and my director fucking thinking? And then people get fired. And we still have Venom 2, and now everyone speaks it right. And they haven't even seen Jenny Slate, who plays Venom. Since the movie came out, her body has been missing.
Oh, man.
Skeletons in Amy Pascal's closet, I tell you what.
Fuck, I hate Amy Pascal. I do. Her and Sony. Oh, God. We got something big coming up this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Disney is got their Investor Day call starting 4 p.m. Eastern Time. LRM will be live streaming. I will be hosting and have guests, including Nick Dahl, I think Manny, Cam, Mike Connolly, my wife Christine. A bunch of people are going to be popping in and out. So look forward to that today, later, like I said, 4 p.m. So let's wrap this thing up so we can get a bit of a break, and I can get things set up. Guys, 4 p.m., we're expecting a lot of Marvel and Star Wars news. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to be, 3 to 4 hours of non-stop news, but we're going to have some analysis, reactions, right for you guys live. Follow us at LRM_exclusive on Twitter, and subscribe to the YouTube page, so that way you can watch the feed. Nick, where can you be found at online?
I can be found at Geeky Nick Dahl on Twitter. And I don't write anything right now. I'm just on Breaking Geek Radio, the podcast. I'd like to say one more thing: the power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Whatever. True story. I have not only held tritium for real in my hand. Yes, tritium is a real thing.
Is it?
I've held
precious tritium.
I've held tritium in my hand. I've slept with it on my back. I've slept with it next to me. I've slept with a truckload of tritium
Why aren't we using it for unlimited power? Because it almost destroyed a city once because the one guy had 8 arms. Who cares?
It is used in military optics. It is radioactive, but it is used in military optics in helping light up reticles and aiming in low light situations.
So it wasn't that hard for Harry Osborn to get some. He
And
just paid the
glowing
military
stuff.
a couple bucks and was like, "Here's your precious ring." Anyway,
there you go. Oh, you guys can find me at that Kyle Malone on Twitter, and then like I said on the live stream today, 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Join us. Join in the conversation. Yeah, honestly, I don't know if there'll be an LR Mornings tomorrow. I might just point you guys at the live feed recording and be like, watch that.
Nothing.
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, I see. You're talking about the future.
I'm talking about tomorrow, genius.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Friday.
Yeah.
God.
I'm sorry. I don't know what day of the week it is because of this COVID thing.
Never mind. I'm not gonna make that joke. Anyways, you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you maybe tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.